Hello again, this is Old Man PHP. I create PHP video tutorials for the old guys who want to learn a new skill and compete with the young crowd. This is video 115 new. This is going to be the, I take that back, 115 T2. This is part of the same video that I was doing yesterday. What happened was I didn't add any of the, I was creating it on the fly, so I didn't add certain things, and of course when I was testing it out, but then again comes management with the fire department, and they do inspection, and it's just so weird that they would wait. I don't know what these people think anyway. So I want to continue this. Okay, this is 115 T2, and I did write it down here. Remember this? This is the stuff that we had the last. Let me see if I got it here. Let's see. Okay. Remember we did this, we did that. We did this simple class, but then we got anything to do. Of course, you have to kind of create the actual object and then use them. What is it? Use the set and the get, you know what I mean, to do certain things or whatever it is that you could create. But I think I'm going to continue with this because this is an excellent breakdown of how PHP handles the under the hood mechanism of hash maps. Remember the distinction between the isset. Remember we talked about this. Isset like this compared to like this. You're better off using, yeah, I know, man, I know. If I go like this, you're better off using this than this, because with this is somehow you'll be able to create some kind of, if there's a collision, it's a problem with using this. If you want to be more advanced, use this, okay? Because this is a classic trap that even the seasoned developers use. They fall into that deal with an API responses that might have null, and by using this, that's what would happen. And if you had a null, well, you don't want to use this. Let's put it that way. This is okay if you're going to use certain things, but if you're doing certain things like this, don't use it. Use this instead. Okay, so that's just better. Since we're talking about the collisions and chaining, remember that's what we're doing on the other one. A real quick visual would be this. Where is it? Yeah, right here. This whole thing right here. Right. The thing is that since we're to fine-tune your knowledge of this whole thing of the big old notation and of course using classes and stuff like that to round out your understanding of what PHP implementation here there's like here are like, let me put down here, I'm gonna put it over here. Everything that I say is going to be, because I am recording myself, and I will have that person that I have, and it's going to interpret that recording and put it into the file. You could go to the description below, and it'll be a text file, and all you have to do is change. Make sure the wording stuff is commented out like this, or you can use this, right, like this, and put all kinds of stuff here in the middle. So let me the power of the prime, the PHP internal array sizes are often powered by 2, but the hashing algorithm, which is, remember I mentioned, where is it? Right here, DJB2, and is designed to like spread keys as evenly as possible to minimize those linked lists chains, because when you start adding things to it, it just gets behind it. Remember the linked list, and then of course you have your load factor that you have to think about. PHP automatically resizes its internal memory structure, and when the numbers of elements get too high, by doubling the size of the array, then you have to do rehashing, and you know that will be part of the thing, right? You have to rehash to get size. Remember how you used to, I think we showed you this way back, when you create a size and then you want a new size of a specific array, you have to kind of tell it. Remember that? I think I showed you that a long time ago. Just go back to those older videos, like way back when we were talking about arrays. And so the memory structure, when the numbers of elements get too high, you have to double the size of it, and that keeps the chain short and the speed close to an O1 if you do rehashing. That's all I have to say. And the hash floating that you keep, I don't know if you heard of it, called, what is it? Hash flooding, like this. See, it's like for security, right? Security, like this. And that historically attackers would exploit collisions by sending thousands of keys that results in the same hash. That's how they do. They do brute force and stuff like that. That's how they break. And essentially breaking your server's performance. And the modern PHP uses hash DOS. Let's see what we, oh yeah, right here, DOS protection, that randomized seeds. That's to prevent this from happening. And so it's important that you try to be efficient. When you create stuff, do a little at a time, and then you test and do a little at a time, and you say, oh, listen, and you can kind of test to see by using the inspector, like how fast, how long it took for a for loop, those kind of things. So when you built so when I built this here from excuse me, from scratch, is the best way to, what is it, what would be the word that I'm trying to, what is the word that I'm trying, oh man, I can't remember. Now, how keys turns into memory addresses, right? And it is, so we will use a simple modulo operation, which is what this is, right? And for hashing logic and and implementing the chaining to handle collision. What I did was yesterday I created this here. I did the private, then I did the public, right? But I needed to do something. I would have to. The truth is, I don't. Let me see. I have to look at this real quick. Why is it that I was missing? I do a set here, but I was supposed to do a get. Oh yeah, right here. I got the get, and you know how you have to do the index. So the best way to do it, you have to check for limits, because this is a. If I did, what was I doing that I was doing this stuff here? Yeah. It was, I don't know. That was basically what I was doing. So if I wanted to do this, let's see, I'm looking at this real quick, which is, I don't know. Wait a minute, I'm missing some. I wanted to check out for the size, like the size of this thing, the size. But how would I? Let me see. Look in here real quick. Yeah, look at this. This is the reference, right? The reference stuff. The pair. And we have to move. Let me see. If I did looking at the. First of all, we have what we have here? We have, I wanted to do, it would make no sense for me to, if I did, let me see, if I kind of went like, what was it that I was doing yesterday? Did I even do it yesterday? No, I did not. So if I went like this, and it probably wouldn't, this is not, well, yeah, it will, it'll probably work. I mean, the only way to do it is just to practice this thing. Dash map, like this. And remember, because we got, see this right here? We got the name right here, and we got construct. And construct, see right there, if I didn't put anything, it's going to make, I was going to make it into a, wait a minute, what the heck's going on here? Okay, I was going to make it into a 10, but since I am going to send 5, I'll do this instead. And then I said, what was it that I wanted to use? I'm going to say set. I wanted to create, let me see. Where is it? We're going to set it, right? When you, because I want to set something, and this was what's going to take care of my set situation. Let's see. Let's do this. We go like this, and then we go like that. Set. Let me see. I think I'm getting this all bad. What's going on here? Why is it that I'm getting this? I want to do this, I want to do this, and then I want to do this, right? Because I want to send two. I want to, because I am setting, like right here. Let me see. I'm setting up keys and value. Keys and value. I have to send some keys and value. So we're gonna say like name, like that, and then we'll say, because I was, my favorite, painter. I got a few of them, but Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo, and of course Rembrandt. Those are my favorite. And then of course you got Velasquez, which is fantastic stuff. So we're gonna use Leonardo. That's funny. That is funny. So we did set this, and how do we call it? I guess we could say, oops, we'll say echo, then we'll say something like name, because, we did set a name, right? And then we'll say like this, and then we'll say dollar, let's see, dollar my map, like this. And then we're going to call the get, and then we're going to get the name. Although it looks kind of weird there because, oh, excuse me. You guys got any coffee? You guys drank any coffee? Go for it. Let's see if this will work. Let's see. Then we'll go here. Did not work. Why? Why did not work? Let's move this out the way. That is the most strangest thing, man. When you do copies of the, oh man, why is it my nose is like, what the hell? I'm sorry, I gotta, let me see. Oh, sorry. I don't like to make those type of, oh, wait a minute. There's definitely something wrong here. And I am doing the get, and I guess I will have to, let's see, where is the get at? First of all, we'll set in this bad boy. Bad boy, what you gonna do? Okay, there it goes. If we do the bad, I don't know, man. We need to, if we do the buckets, right? The buckets with the sheds and stuff. I want to go to the index, and I do want this because I want the reference of the file. Because when you use that reference, we can actually update the value when you do that. Otherwise, it won't be able to do it. So, and I do have the pair, the key equals to the dollar key. do have the value, and then of course you got your return, and I did have the bucket, the shell, right, with the extra, right? That's an empty. I'm going to put this stuff inside here, so that should work. But there's something missing because it's gonna. It's what we could do is we can. Let me see. I'll tell you what we're gonna do. I'm gonna set a count because it's important to have like the count, and we're gonna say because it makes sense, right? Because if we're gonna be checking out, let's say we do without do but do. Okay, let's say we just do this to initialize it to 0, and then if we're doing that, then the hash key. This is let me see a number of what we could do. Me sing the songs and make. Okay, right here. I think we could just say we will create a limit to it like this, and then we're gonna say dollar, whatever you want to call it, custom size. Why not? Oops, daisy. We're gonna create that. Then we're gonna say this. I'm getting an itch. Size will be a good one, and then that will do the job. I mean, if I did the limit dollar custom size, blah blah blah, this will be this size. Okay. Why is this? And we're gonna do the return because I do want to return the absolute. The key, then that would be. That doesn't look great. I mean, if I could say, well, we're putting it here, don't need that, so I'm going to take this right here, put it right in here. Alright, that's good, that's good, that's good. Let me see, so we do that. Let me save this just in case. And then what we do is, now that I want to get, let's do the old get then, let me see. Because we are getting that thing from, we were setting it. No, let's go to the set. The set will do the job for me. Let me see, I want to set this, because I did do, where is it? The count. We're going to set that. So we're going to say, we'll put it over here. We're going to say if dollar this, which happens to be this class, by the way, and it's count. Then you want to divide that by this and the size. And we're going to use 0 3/4 of the way, 75%. And then we're going to do this. Then we're going to say dollar this. That will be a good one. And then we're going to do the rehash, right? Because, let me see, we'll put this space here. We'll do this space here. And then we got, what is it? We got the index, this hash key. Alright, that could go and stay there. And then we got the for each this bucket. And then that's the reference, right? And then we're going to say within there, if the pair, which is the key, equals to what the key is, and this is strict equal, then you want to say the pair value equals to what that value is, and then of course you're going to return it, right? And then you're going to say the bucket. I think they don't have to change that at all because we had that from before. Wasn't doing anything because all I want to do is just add this into this. Alright, but you need to do something with the count. So I guess we would do something like this and then go blah blah blah. That's it. That should do it. That should do it. You know something? Oh, man, I'm sorry guys. I don't know what it is. I get sick all the time. I don't know. Maybe because I keep my apartment and the office when I'm there. kind of cool, you know, because I said when you get all the, I don't know, I'm just trying to, let's go to the kit. I'm going to get this. So I'm going to say, I said that our index, I'm going to get the hash key, right? I'm going to put it in the index. Then I'm going to do the for loop. So we're going to do, wait a minute. If I did the case, the string equals to the key, I want to return this, which is fine. Then we're going to return null. So we return null. If there is no key found, then you do null, right? But if that's, you just return this. This will break you out of this. It's not going to go like, oh, do this, that's finished, and then do this. No, it's telling you right there, returns it, breaks you out. But I'm looking at this here and I'm saying, wait a minute, for each of this, which is, it is the reference. I don't know, this, we don't need this here. Why did I put that there in the first place? Maybe because you thought like Nelly. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's cool. That's cool. So then you got this. You got the count. Huh. You know something? Why don't we add a nice little hash going on over there? Why don't we do the rehash? Let me see. We'll do the rehash. We'll do. Let me see. This belongs to that one. Okay, we'll do it right here. We'll put it in here. We'll just say public. We'll do public. I mean, not public. I'm gonna do private. I'm gonna do private first. If it doesn't work, then I move it to public. And then we go to rehash. We'll call it that. And then we'll say. We say we're gonna say that the dollar, let's say the new size. That's that, because when you rehash, you're getting a new size. We're gonna say dollar this, and that would be no size, right? That's the size, and I want to times it by 2. And then we'll go here, and then we say, well, the new bucket, the new buckets. Maybe that would be a better thing. Come on, what's going on here? Why is it new buckets, right? We're gonna do the new buckets. Oh man, and then we're gonna do that. Remember that command, the array underscore fill, and then we're gonna say $0 new size, because here there's a new size, which is right here, new size, and then we're gonna say the new size of that array. Like that. Let me see. And I guess I will have to do a for loop because we're looking for, okay, for each will be a better deal. So we'll say this, and then we'll go like this, and then we say buckets. I could copy it from up there, but it's okay. Dollar chain, and then we'll go like this, and then like, am I spelling that right? Is it called buckets? Yeah, right here. Buckets, 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 buckets. All right, so what we want to do, so we're going to say add the new index of it, right? And then we're going to say dollar this hash, which happens to be the method, or is it the method hash, this one. So we do the method hash, and then we go like this, and then we say dollar pair, and then we say key, right? I could have copied it from the other one, but, and then I will say right here, and then say dollar new size. Oops, daisy. Then in this one we could say dollar new buckets. we're gonna say dollar new index, like that. Again, I could have just wrote it, copied it from the other one, but that's okay. Dollar pair. So let's see. We're looking. This is part of that, man. What's the for each? Something is missing here. I did the for. Oh, wait a minute. This, you know, this will not work because. But this will work. This here will work. We'll go here. And we're gonna put down, let's do this, dollar this, and then you're gonna say size, new size. Man, I feel like eating panettone, but I try not to. I'm not supposed to have any of those things. Okay, I'm gonna put a little space here so I can see it better. But when I'm looking at the hash part right here, I'm not sure that should work. But before, why we couldn't do like just a copy? Remember from because you might wonder why we can't just move the old bucket into the new array, because the index is calculated using the hash and then the percent hash size. I mean, so if your original size is was 10, then the key might land at an index of 3. That's why you have the collision. This is all about the collision. And if you double the size to 20, that same key's new position in hash 20, which might be 13 in that position. So if you don't recalculate, your get function will look at the wrong place and then will find that data. And I guess the performance trade-off is like when you're rehashing rehashing is an expensive operation because it touches every single map. And if you got like a lot of them, it'll become a O and that. And that can slow things down. It really can. So it happens so infrequent. The frequently is that the average cost could add up, man. But if you do it like the right way, there's no wrong or right way. It's just the way it is, you know. So if I did the bucket, what is the? I was just looking at the. What is the? You think I'm gonna get an error from this stuff here? I don't know. Maybe if I do get an error for this, let me see. Let's see what we got here. I'm gonna save it. This is not gonna do anything anyway because I haven't done anything. This is what we can do, which I added 5 from Leonardo da Vinci. Map, Leonardo da Vinci. What if I needed to see when you use the like real quick like to use the class like what we built in the one we just did, you need to instantiate it, right? What is it right here? This is the class. We're gonna add the 5. 5 goes into, what is it? Construct right here. And then let me see. I'm gonna call this guy because it was the keyword, then it calls the public methods, and so on, so on, so on. Then since you've been adding the rehash line, we can also add a small output maybe method to look inside the bucket to see if the data is distributed. I mean, I could just let's initialize add data and verify the results and see if we can implement what that is. That would be great. And how about if we echo this thing? How we verify this hit? I guess we could do that a little bit. I don't know. Let's see if it works. Now, why is it not working? This always happens, man. This always happens to me. We'll do. I don't know. We could kind of. Let me see. What would be the? If I had to do the actual, like, to check out the hash and let me see. Maybe I'm missing something. So we do the bucket, we do the size. I want that private, and I wanted this private too. Maybe I'm spelling it wrong. No, we got no count equal to 0. Then you do the construct, which is okay, which is this size equals to the size, and then you got this buckets equals to the array. You're filling it into 0, then the size, and that will be the empty. Initializes the bucket as an empty array, right? And then you came here, we say, oh, let's do the hash key. And the hash key gave me, I created a variable called limit, and then I said, well, custom size. And then of course the print that's meaning that whatever happens here, this is what you're going to be getting. And then of course you do the the absolute key thing with the, I forgot what this is called, the keys really. And then you got the keys, and then of course I want it to be presented with limits. Before I had this size here, that would have been a good thing. It doesn't matter. It doesn't seem like I'm doing something bad. And then if I go to the get, oh boy, sorry guys, it's crazy. Save me the soul. Yeah. So if I went to, if I said, if this count divided by this size is greater than 0.75, okay, I can see that. This, and you're gonna run this, right? You're gonna run the rehash. And then I created the rehash already, and then I say, okay, if index is equal to this and hash keys, that would be a good one. And then we did a what? A for each rule, right? So we said this is the buckets of index as this, because I want the reference. We're using this reference so we can actually update the value. And then what we do is we get the pair, right? And then you do the key, and this is the string, equal sign. If that's the key, then you say the pair value. Yeah, I mean, this should do the job. I mean, and then of course you're gonna create the bucket. So not create the bucket. You're gonna assign the bucket, the index, that empty one, with the keys and the values. And of course we're gonna do the count because we're using it over here again. We'll call it out again. So, and if you did that, that would be cool. And then what happens? You do the get, right? So then you say the get, and then you're gonna say, well, I'm gonna do the index equals to this. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me, man. Maybe you guys can help me out here. Then you got the hash, the key. Yeah, okay. Look through the specific bucket for the key, right? Then we say for, right? Then this goes to the buckets. That will be the index as buckets. Good, good. And then I'm using it over here as key. If it's key greater than key, then the return the pair value of it. Okay, I get that. That's a good one. And then what happens is we're going to return null. This happens only if this doesn't work, okay? And then this is the rehash stuff. The rehash stuff is, let me see. So what we do here. So we said the new hash, this size is greater than this, of course. Then you got your little bucket. I want to fill that up again with the new size, right? I got the, wait a minute. If I did this, okay, I got that. Yeah, this is cool. I got this. This is good. This is good. Oh, wait a minute. It chained. We're not using the word chained. I'm saying, please look at what's in the bucket, which happens to be the array as this. Remember, just like I said, but I don't see the word chained here. I messed that one up. How did I do that? I don't know. Let's do the for each. And then we're going to say $chain, like that. And then we're going to say as pair. I kind of just went through the whole. Wait a minute. Let me do right. Yeah, that will be. Okay, I'll take this. And let me put it in here. Let's see. If I did the chain and that's the bucket, the chain part, now we're using the pipe. See right here. Before was doing the chain. We're going over it again. So that will be that. That will be that. Oh man, my hand hurts. And then of course you got that. And then you have your new size equals to the new size, and this bucket equals to the new buckets. I don't see where there'd be a problem here. Because before we couldn't copy the data, right? You might have to do what we were doing before to make it. So remember, the performance trade-off of a rehashing is the expensive operation, right? Because the more you start adding, it becomes ON. And that will be the, I don't know. Let's see if this will work. If it doesn't, then I'm going to have to cut it there and then I have to look at it another time because I don't want to waste your guys' time. Why don't we add some other stuff to it too? Maybe, let me see. Maybe I'm spelling this wrong. Let me see. This is a hash map rule 5. Let's say Leonardo da. How about we do this? Let's go back down like this. Let's make it more. This, and we'll say, what's the role of the Leonardo da Vinci? He's an artist. He's the genius. He was the brain. He was the brain. And I could say this is the location, right? Let's make it more into it. And he's from Italy, which my daughter went not too long ago. Came back. Yeah, it was it yesterday? Came back the day before. I remember this. I don't remember. And then you got your year. Let's put a year there because everybody likes to have the year. I was going to put month and day, but we just do this. And that was 1502. Wow. whoa. Then I could just say, let's take this and let's add, I'm going to check out the row. Let's see if it'll do it. And then we'll say the row right there. Doesn't work. See? Something went missing. But what is it that I'm missing? Oh, guys, I don't know. This is a dumbfounded. This is when we go through all this stuff, but I don't want to go through all that. All these, we go through all this. We're doing the set. Because we're setting it. Is it called my map? Yeah, it is. And then you go to my map, and I want you to get it. That will go here to the old gate. What is it called? The old method get. Let's see for a second. What did I do here wrong? I went like this. And if I wanted to fill it up with the new size, right? That's the. Then I want to say for this bucket as chain. For this bucket as chain. And then I'm going to go through that bucket. Right? Through it for each chain as pair. Then I want to say $new index this hash pair key new size new buckets index and pair. That's good. Then what happened was after I do the for each, I want to send the new size back to the old size up there. Then we're going to send the new buckets back to the new buckets like this. Wait a minute. No. Where is it? We're supposed to do the old ghetto. Oh, you know, I think I don't know. If I kind of went here and I said that this is the get, the hash this, because this. Go through the specific bucket for the way. So for each this buckets, that's the new index as pair. Then you say if pair the key is equal to what the key is, then return the value of that pair. I don't see anything wrong there. If not, then do the null. Then you have your set. This is the one that sets it all, right? The one that gives it to. So if I said if this, which is the count, if this count slash the size is greater than 0.75, then this rehash will run the rehash. Then you say within that, you say okay, index this equal to the hash equals, okay, and then I'm going to say for each of the one, this, which is the bucket with the index as this. Maybe they didn't like this. I thought they wouldn't be doing it perfect there. If pair is if pair key equals to key, then you will say pair, this is the value equals to what the value is, which happens to be right over here. Then it returns it. We got the 1 and 2, and then of course you're going to say this bucket index 0 equals to key dollar key value dollar value. Then you're gonna want to. This is the count, and then let's see what the hash is doing. Wait a minute, am I missing the hash? The hash is in the new size times by the 2 new buckets equals to the filling of this new size. Filling this up to the new size, and then you're gonna say for each dollar bucket as chain. Let me see. Okay, and then you're gonna say, well, if it's a dollar chain, which is you created this, it's like a for each as pair. Then you could say index this hash. This hash dollar pair key new size. Then you're gonna say new buckets. New buckets. That would be your dollar index. And of course your empty equals to what the pair is. Then of course you're gonna say this equals to new size. Buckets equals to new buckets. I don't know, I don't see anything wrong here. Let's get rid of this because it's confusing me. I don't know. Don't know. I don't know. Listen, we're gonna have to come back to this. We're gonna have to find out why is it that there's a problem here. I don't see. Wait a minute. Did I spell that right? Is that a real one? Let me see. I did the simple hash map. How come this one looks a little weird? Oh, I found it. Oh man, Andres. I got it. Why don't we say, why did I say new? Dollar. Yeah. Like that. Did I spell this right? Oh, wait a minute. Dummy. There you go. That's it. Oh, sorry guys. I don't know. Is it too many medication? There he goes. Leon. Oh, let's do a little space situation here. How about we add it right here? Oh, guys, man. I was like, what the heck? How come you guys ain't telling me, man? I misspelled that. There you go. Leonardo da Vinci. So if I wanted to see the row, I don't know. You want to see the rest of the stuff. I mean, you get the message, right? We'll do location. How about that? We'll say location. Then we'll say location. And of course, the year. We'll say year. You get it though. Then we'll say year. Man, I was like, what the heck? At least I'm spelling this right because I told you every time I gotta do these examples, I gotta. It's other than the time when, yeah, there you go, all done, all done. Oh my God. Oh man. Oh sweat, man. That was just some crazy stuff, man. Anyway, you see what I'm talking about, right? You can use it the other way we did it before, or you can use the class, and this is how you do the class situation. Anyway, this stuff is going to be in the description below. It's going to be a text file, and what I'm going to do is now is have a little sip of my protein drink, and then take care of some stuff because I got to send something to the doctors. Other than that, hey, sorry it took some time, and you saw what we were thinking. But hopefully that my mistakes, you can learn from it. You can say, oh yeah, make sure, and that kind of thing. So anyway, thank you very much. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, give me some comments if you think I'm doing okay. And until next time, a good night.